Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I think all of you. So this is actually the interface of QGIS. Let me start it from the beginning.
Hello. Hello, Anish.
Azhar.
Anish, just I'm calling you to say something. You just 1 minute. You stop.
Okay. So good morning, all of you. I think my voice is clear. So can anyone please confirm? Uh, am I audible and am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just before starting, if you find any difficulty in hearing or anything else, you please interrupt and you can say about it. Okay. So another thing that I want to tell you is like actually in the forenoon session, we'll be doing with this or we'll be dealing with this language and language classification hands-on training demonstration. And after that, you can do the hands-on by your own. We will be online, so we are all will be connected in these teams, so you can work on that. And if you find any difficulty, you can post it here itself right that time. Okay, so that means I am not recommending you to do it right now. While I was doing, you please don't do. Okay, we'll have the recording and we'll send it to you, so you can refer to that recording and you can do it by yourself in the afternoon training. Or else, if we are completed at what point of time, if we are completing, you can try it from there onwards. Okay, so that means don't do it right now. You can listen to this demonstration, and if you want, you can note down the steps. Apart from that, don't try to do that. Or else, if you find any difficulty in between, then I have to stop again and then I have to like solve that, and so it will take a lot of time. That means I think it won't work, and we don't get enough time to have a hands-on practice. Okay, so what you have to do is like you listen to it and don't use QGIS right now. You just listen to it, and if you want, you can note down the steps. Anyway, the video will be sent to you once the this session is completed. Meanwhile, you can note the steps if you want. Okay, now I'm going to share my screen. Please confirm me whether if it is visible or it is. Is there any problem to it? Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. It is.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay, okay, thank you. Okay. So actually, you can like every other software. First thing, you can go to your Windows. I hope most of you are using Windows, or else if it is any other OS, no problem. You can go to your Start and you can search for QGIS, or else if you have a desktop shortcut, you can go for that. Make sure that you are opening this QGIS desktop, not anything else. There are some other options, like if you go for let's say uh, so if you are going for going down, then you might see something like this QGIS designer. Then sometimes you will get, you type like QGIS, you will get something like OSGO4. So like if you are typing something like QGIS or something, you will get these kind of stuffs. But don't go for that. If you are looking for, or if you are typing for QGIS, you should have to select this QGIS desktop, because this is the software that we are going to work. So these are some uh, what like accessory packages that are being with QGIS. Okay, we are not going to work in this. We'll be working in this QGIS desktop. Okay, so open that. I think someone's mic is on, so please mute it. So it will take some time to open, because okay. So once it is opened, actually I'm actually working on this QGIS for some time. So that's why these are my recent projects. It is been showing like this. For you, it won't be there. So first thing you have to do is like, okay, so this is a menu bar and these are all the toolbars. Don't worry if you don't see these much tools right here, because these are all the shortcuts. Uh, I think someone's mic is on. Please off it. Okay. So if you are not seeing these much tools here, don't get confused, because these are all the shortcuts which I have added. So don't go for these and don't get confused. So we'll get the menu bar here. Because what thing you have to do is that you have to open a new project, or you have to create a new project. So you can go here. So here you can see there is a new project, or else you can go to new project and new. Apart from that, there is a shortcut key here. Might be this is visible in your system also. If it is not, then you can go to project and new. Okay. So you could see a new console here, which is actually blank. Okay. So this is the first thing. And the second thing you have to do is like, this is not mandatory, but this is the workflow, because it helps you to keep all the works that you do. So just saving the project, you can go here to the project and you can save, or else there is a shortcut key to save the project. Either click on this project save, or you can go to this shortcut key. So I'm going to project save. Okay, so likewise, where you want to save, you can save there. So here I am, there is a folder. I am saving it in classification. So I give a new folder, let's say project. Okay, so I'm giving a name to it like LULC. Okay, you can give any name you want and you can save anywhere you want, but make sure it is easily identifiable and locatable to you. Okay, just save. Now you can see at first it was untitled project, now it has been changed to LULC. Okay, so next thing is like we want to add data to it. So what we are going to do is that we are going to do an LULC classification. For that LULC classification, the data sets that we need are the satellite images. Satellite images that we have sent you yesterday. So these are the satellite images. So these files, apart from this ROI, you could see these files are the satellite images. You cannot open it right here. If you double click on it, it will ask like this, because it is not openable here. So what you have to do is that you have to import this to your QGIS. Then only you can view what it is and you can understand what it is. So these are the satellite images. Among these, the satellite images, actually the images are these one. Okay, .jp2, and you can find it has a bit size like 100 MB and all. Okay, so associated to it, there is another file called as .aux.xml. This is an auxiliary file. If you click on it, you could see this kind of details. So these are the details about, or the metadata about this file. Okay, so again there is something called as b03 underscore 10m. Then again same with an xml, which is an associated file of this one. Likewise, it has some associated files also. Actually, the satellite images are this one, JP2. Here you can see rest are XML documents, something are JP2 files. So these JP2 files are our satellite images. So these satellite images are basically, as you all know, images are basically raster data. Okay, so there are two kinds of data that we use in GIS, basic data types. First one is vector and second one is raster. So raster is basically an image file format. Again, an image file format means, let me show you an example. Uh, so this is an image. Okay, so this is an image file. That means this is a raster file. So in raster, if you zoom onto it, you could see pixels. I hope you have seen it in your images, because if you take a photo on your mobile phone and if you zoom up to an extent, you could see it gets pixelated, and that's actually the information or the data is stored in an image in form of pixels. So each pixel will be having a specific reflectance value. Here also you could see different colors. Actually, what these different colors means, these are pixelated. So these pixels will be having uh, a reflectance value. So basically, an image is a raster data file or a raster file, and there is another file which is called as vector. Vector is actually a dedicated data format of GIS. Like we say, docx, docs file or doc file is a dedicated file of Word. Excel, XLX is a dedicated data file of Excel, and PPTX is of PPT or PowerPoint. So likewise, for GIS, there is a dedicated data file which is called as a vector data. Okay, so we are going to use vector and raster data in this operation. But right now, first we will be loading these satellite images or these raster files to a QGIS console. Okay, so for adding that data, first thing is you can go to layer. Here there are some options: data source manager, create layer and add layer. Here you can see there is an add layer option. You can go to that. In that there is some subcategory: add vector layer, add raster layer, mesh layer. So all these are different kinds of data types which is available to be opened in QGIS, or in QGIS we can work over these much data sets. But right now, as satellite images, we are going to work on satellite images. The data format that we are going to work is raster data. Okay, so you can go to add layer, layers, add layer, and add raster layer. Okay, so what we are going to do is that there is some main, like if we say it as some main topics of this LULC classification. First thing is like we will be arranging the data to this console. Then we'll select our area of interest. Then we will do some stacking over the area of interest. Then we'll do the classification. So these are the basic broad steps. In all these broad steps, we'll be having some classification. So what right now we are going to do is we'll be adding the necessary data to our QGIS console. Okay, so first thing is like going to layer, we can add layer, add vector layer, sorry, add raster layer. Okay, as we are going to add satellite image, satellite image is a raster data, you will be selecting add raster layer. Okay, again here there is an option for like, here you can see if you click on that in the shortcut, you could see all the data types that we have selected from this layer also available here. So you can go for either vector, raster, mesh, point, and all these. Okay, so there is a shortcut. If it is not available with your console, don't get upset. You can go to layer, create sorry, add layer. In that, add raster layer. So once you click on this add raster layer, it will be automatically coming to this raster. Okay, so again once more, layer, add raster layer. So if you click on add vector layer, it will be automatically coming to vector layer. And if accidentally, rather than clicking on this add layer and add vector layer rather than raster, if you try to load it, you will get an error. Okay, so first we'll show that later on. First, you go to layer, add layer, and raster layer. Here you can see there are some options that you have to check out. So here, make sure if you are adding a raster data, your raster layer is selected or the raster option is selected one. Okay, if you're going for a vector data, then make sure your selection is on vector. Now we are on raster, we are going to add a satellite image or we are going to add a raster data. So click on raster. Okay, so now here you can see there are some options: file, protocol, OGC API. Okay, so what does it means? That file means if you are going to load a raster file from your device. Okay, if you are going to load a raster file from your device, then you can click on this file. Okay, so if you are going to load a device from a cloud, okay, or from the web, you can click on this. Okay, so you can keep the protocol type and the URI and all these details here. Okay, so now there is an OGC API. That means if you are loading the data by using an API, means it is available over some of the web applications or any other mobile applications, and you want to load the data from that using an API, so you can use this one. But right now, what we are going to do is that we have that file in our system, so we choose file. Okay, once this file is chosen, you can see here there is a source. There's an option for the source, like all other thing. You can just click on here. Okay, browse option, and you can go where you want, like where is your data is loaded. Okay, so again once more, I can show you layer, add raster layer, then make sure it is selected in raster, check whether if it is in file, and once it is in file option, you can go for the source, which means you have to go for the you have to browse over your system and in the file explorer. So you can click on this browse option, and it will and make sure that you select whether the data is where actually the data is. Okay, yesterday I have sent you, I think Saurabh sir has sent you about the data. So just go to the location where you have saved the data. Okay, the folder is data set. So to double click on it, actually there's another folder data set. So double click on it, and here you can see this is the data. This is the same thing which I have shown you here. So if you double click on this, you will get nothing because it's dedicated file formats for this QGIS and GIS operations. So that's why you cannot double click and open it. So what we are going to do is that we are going to open the satellite images. Okay, the satellite images, in a sense, here you can see there is, I have already told you this .jp2. Actually, this is the satellite images. Okay, so not XML. You have to load this one. Okay, this one, these four. Okay, I'll show you and I'll tell you what actually this four is and what is the need of these four. So, but we need these four files: this JP2, this JP2, this JP2, and this one. Okay, so like you can give a control. You can click on control and select all these. Okay, or else you have to load it one by one. Okay, so first thing is like you can click on this and go to open, then again click on this and go to open. The, rather you could click on one, click control, and you can select all the four. Okay, so make sure you select the file with a commentable size like 100 MB, more than 100 MB. So these are the satellite images. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so click on open. So you can see that all the four files have been selected here. But you can see it is not added in the console and it is not visible because you have only selected the location and the files to select, but you have not added it yet. Okay, so keep these options as such because it is system default and it will system will automatically go for these options around. Okay, so once you selected the location and the files, what you have to do is that you can click on add. Okay, so you can click on add. So once you click on add, you can see these files have been opened here and these files have been added to the console. Okay, so once you have added it, you can click on close and you can see these files have been added here. So this is the let's say these is the contents that is present in this what to say console. Okay, these it's the name is layers. Okay, so it's there. So these four files have been added here. Okay, so I think the first step is adding the data. We have finished adding the data. Okay, so is it clear and is it understandable to you what I'm talking about, or is there any problem with my language, or is it like I'm asking? Are you getting what I'm telling? Is there any problem or anything I want to change the way I am talking or anything else? Understood. Anyone want to repeat it once more? If you, I think some of you have used QGIS and all. If anyone is new to this, no problem. To any number of times I can repeat. Okay. Anyone wants to repeat it once more? Anyone? Or is it
Sir, can
clear?
you please repeat once more?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, so I'm removing all this. I'll show you. So if you want to remove a layer that you have already loaded, you can select by just left click and drag, or else you can go again for control, or else you can click and shift and select all these and right click, and you can see after right click there is an option called as remove layer. Okay, so we'll deal with later during our sessions, but no problem. Okay, so first thing is like we are going to add the data. So if you find what you are doing is right, try to save it occasionally or often, because I'm sorry, do it often because it will save your works. Okay, so let's go to layer, go to add layer. Okay, so first thing is what we are going to do is that every data that we are adding in this software, the software will consider it as a layer. Okay, I think you know about the layered approaches. So everything that is adding the data, every data that is adding in this software QGIS, the QGIS consider it as data. It means it as layer. So that's why adding a data will comes under the menu layer. Okay, in that what you're going to do is like you are going to add a layer. Okay, so in that add layer, go to raster layer. So right now you are going to add a raster data, hence you are going to click on raster layer. Okay, so here you can see the last selected data is available here. So you can click on this into box so that it will be unselected. Okay, so once go to layer, add layer, raster layer. Okay, one more thing I want to tell you, like you can see here actually the data is already the location is selected. So again, if you want to select the data, make sure first you clear this, else the data will be added twice. Okay, so make sure you cleared it. Okay, and after that you can go make sure it is in the file, it is selected in file. So go to raster dataset, click on this browse. So once you click on this browse, why it is coming to the correct spot, because last time we are in this location. Okay, sometimes it will be in somewhere else, so you can surf to your, or you can browse to your folder where your data is there. Okay, so once you have find your data, click on select, like you can click on one and you can multiple select like using control. Okay, so we will be using the satellite images will be this JP2 extension file, which has pretty big size like 100 MB. The rest of things you can know like 1 KB, 4 KB and all. So it's a pretty huge size like compared to others. So this is the satellite image. So you can click on all these. Like you can see here, it is selecting. So once you select on this, once you completed the selection, you click on open, and you can see here it is selected. So after selecting the necessary data sets, you can click on add. So once you have selected these, you cannot see here because you have already set the location, but you have not added it to the console. Okay, so click on add. So once you have added that data, so it will be here. So it will be here. Okay, you can see this. The data is added in the layers. Okay, is it clear? So while you are doing this, you will have a reference of this video so that it is easily understandable for you. Okay. So I think it is clear for the one who is asked. Was asked. Is it clear,
Yes,
ma'am?
sir. It's clear.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once you have added this, the next thing is like now you get to understand what actually this data is. Okay, what actually the data is. So here you can see there is a name. Okay, I think I think better to say from here. So see, look at the name of this file. It's T43 PHT204 and all these stuffs. Leave all these things right till here, like 649, 649 and all these things. Okay, consider about the last two sections of B0 to 10M. Okay, this is actually what we need. So this is about the file name, but this says about something else, like about the actually these satellite images are of Sentinel data. Okay, I've already told you yesterday there are some satellite series. Landsat is there, Sentinel is there. Okay, so there are some satellite series where the satellite data that we are used here is Sentinel. You can, if you want, you can go for a search later on. Sentinel 2, the satellite data that we have used is Sentinel 2. Okay, so the satellite data that we have used is Sentinel-2. So this is about its depiction and its description and all. So keep that aside. It says about some of the dates and it's some of the time and all these things. These T43 PST 2024 0919 T005. So all these about the time and other details. Okay. So we are not concerned about that thing right now, but we are concerned about this B002 10M B003, sorry, B03 10M, B04 10M, B08 10M. Okay, actually, what this is? Okay, so basically, a satellite image or a satellite series will be having a number of, or else, yeah, Sentinel. If I search for Sentinel 2A, yeah, here you can see, mm, yeah. So these are the bands which are available in that Sentinel satellite. Okay, so these are the band means. I think yesterday in remote sensing introduction class, you got some introduction about what are actually bands, what are the wavelengths and all. Okay, so these are the wavelengths available in Sentinel 2 satellite series. Clear? These are the bands or these are the wavelengths available in Sentinel-2. Is it clear? So band 1 is a coastal aerosol band which has a wavelength of 0.443 and it has a resolution, it has a spatial resolution of 60 meters. Okay, so now the second band or band 2 is blue band. Yesterday we talked about it, blue band, which has a wavelength of this much and it has a resolution of 10 meter. Band 3 is green with spatial resolution 10 meter. Band 4 is red with spatial resolution 10 meter. Then vegetation redheads, then redheads 2 means 5, 6, 7. These are different central wavelength. That means 0.705 up to 0.740 is this band, then 0.740 to 0.83 this band. Okay, so likewise these are red edge band with a resolution of 20 meters. Now band 8 is near infrared, which we have talked about yesterday, which has this wavelength and resolution this. Okay, so think about these numbers. Band 2 is blue, band 3 is green, band 4 is red, and band 4 is, sorry, 8 is near infrared. Okay, now these are the bands available in Sentinel-2 satellite series. Okay, now we have taken Sentinel-2 satellite series image data for our analysis. Now you got some idea about what actually B02. So B02 is band 02 or band number 2 of Sentinel. So which is the band number 2 of Sentinel? Which is blue. So this band is blue band of Sentinel 2. And what is this 10 meter? Which says about the resolution. 10-meter spatial resolution. So that is band 0 to 10M is, which means band number 2 of Sentinel-2 satellite series with a spatial resolution 10 meter, which means it is band. Okay, now band 03, that is B03 with 10-meter spatial resolution. So which one is band 3? It is green. Okay, band 3. So 3 green 10-meter resolution. B3 10-meter resolution. Now here you can see B04 10-meter resolution. So B04 is band number 4, which is red, which has 10-meter resolution. Now here you can see B08. That means band number 8. So band number 8 is near infrared. Band number 8 is near infrared, and which also has a resolution of 10 meter. So that is what this data means. Okay, so there is blue band, green band, red band, and near infrared band. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear? How do we get the layer tab on the left side? That we actually, I think you are doing it right now with me. It's not recommendable because you will get these kind of errors, and we need to solve it in between, and we will get a lot of time. So just listen to it. These kind of all these doubts will be solved during your hands-on session. Okay. So is it clear about these data? I hope it is clear for all of you. Okay. So it's 2, 3, 4, and 8. Okay. Now what we are going to do is that for our easiness, we are going to like what to say, arrange it. Okay. So next thing is like we should have to arrange it in an order 2, 3, 4, and 8. Okay. For that, what you have to do is that so 8 should come last. So click on that, right click and drag and drop at the end. Okay, this is a necessary step. While combining these bands, there is a step for combining this band. So at that time, this order is important. So then 4 should come here. So we click, drag and drop it here. 3 should come here. We should drag and drop it here. Now it's 2, 3, 4, and 8. Okay, now here there is a checkbox. So once you check, you can see there are 4 data. Okay, so 4 data. Once it is overlapped over other, you could see only the topmost layer. Okay, you could only see the topmost layer because rest of these layers or the rest of these bands are under the topmost layer. So if you want to see these layers or any of the other layers, you should uncheck the topmost layer so that you could see the next topmost layer. Okay, so if you want to see the 8 band, you should uncheck all the others. Okay, so that's it is there, but it is not needed. But anyway, I have told you. Okay, so this is how we add data to our console. Clear? So this is how we add our data to the console. So once we have added the data, now we are going to do a clipping. Clipping means clipping means we are gonna take a very small area for our analysis. Why? Because actually the swath width in a sense means the total length of this area is 290 kilometers. Okay, so this is a portion of I think like Andhra Pradesh, nearby Kurnool district. Okay, I've taken some study, a random study area out there. Actually, this width is 290 kilometers. So if you are doing a for this entire 290 kilometers, it will take a lot of time. Okay, it will take a lot of time. So what I'm going to do is that I'll be taking a very small area. Okay, and we'll perform that analysis on that very small area. So because it will be pretty fast. But the procedures are same. If you want to do it for the entire satellite image, you can do that, but it will take a lot of time for the processing and getting the results and all. So the even if you are working on a project and if it is your study area, this is your entire study area, you can work on that. But for a demonstration process, right now I am selecting a small study area. Okay. So the next step is, so first step is adding the data. So we have added the data. First step is adding the data, and we have completed that. Second one is clipping. Clip means to just extract a small area, but this is not actually needed one if you are working for a huge or a high study area. But for the demonstration purpose, I am just taking a very small area for our demonstration. Okay. So next thing is like, now how we are gonna clip. Okay, so we are gonna clip using the plugin that we have installed yesterday, SCP. Okay, semi automatic classification plugin. Now it found that some of you haven't seen this SCP out here, even though you have installed. So what you have to do is that, let me show you. I'll show you that how to do that. Okay, now you can see it is not here. Okay, this SCP is not here. So what you can do is that, so you have installed your plugin like from plugins, install and manage and install plugins. And here it's in all, you have searched about semi-automatic classification plugin. Okay, you have searched for semi-automatic classification plugin in all. Okay, but what now is, you want to know which are the plugins that you have installed. Okay, you want to know which are the plugins that you have installed, so you can click on installed. So these are the plugins which I have installed, but you might be you are not seeing this much number of plugins because you have not installed. Okay, so now you can go and see which are the plugins there, and you can locate semi-automatic classification plugin here, and you should check this. Okay, even though it is installed, you have not activated it, because if you're working on a specific task, it is only needed to activate that plugin, unless you can uncheck all others, because it will create a unnecessary load to the software. Okay, now you can see there is CanFlood, Dataplot, DB Manager, Geocoding, GRAS, OSM. There are a number of plugins I have installed. SRTM downloader, volume calculation. So there is a number of plugins which I have installed, but only very few is checked. Why? Because I am not using this calculator right now, so I have unchecked it. So automatically the system will not be activating the plugin once you install, but you have to go to the system, install plugins, install and manage plugins. Then you have to go to install, and you can check it. Okay, so again, once more, go to plugins, manage and install plugins. In that, you will be in all. So go to install and find semi-automatic classification plugin. Click on this checkbox. Okay, so once you click on this checkbox, you can see the SCP is appeared here, and also there is an SCP doc. This is another workspace for this SCP. Okay, so once you uncheck it, it will go, and once you check it, it will be coming. So once you click on it, it will be coming on this SCP, and you can close it. Okay, okay, so this is how it works. Okay, now what we are going to do is that we are going to clip this. Okay, we are going to clip, or we are going to select a very small area for our study. Okay, so now once the SCP is available here, click on SCP, and first you click on band set. Okay, click on SCP, click on band set. So once you click band set, here comes a toolbox. Okay, in this toolbox, we are going to do the clipping process. The rest of the processes are all the processes like clipping, stacking, classification, training, and after that classification is doing in this SCP plugin. Okay, in this console or in this dialog box or in this toolbox. Okay, so first thing is like, so now is it clear till now?
Sir, SCP is still not coming after doing that also.
So what is the problem there? So you have installed SCP.
Now you told that go to plugin and then manage and install plugin. After that, install, going to install, then checking the semi-automatic classification. Then also it's not coming.
The semi-automatic classification plugin is there, is listing in your installed plugins.
Yes, and they're showing that warning Python library remote your sensor is outdated.
Okay. Keep that there. That will like, then you have to give some code in your like in the command prompt. So that we'll deal it later once we have finished this classes. There is a code that actually the remote here senses. This is a package of Python. I think it's not updated in your system. So we'll do that. No problem. We'll do that. There is a single line of code that I can send you so that you can run it in your OSGeo shell. It's not like there is
Sir,
something.
sir, I am also facing the same.
Yeah. No problem. No problem. Most of you might have faced that problem because it is a Python package, because this QGIS and all this works mostly in Python. So your Python packages should be updated. Okay. So there is something called as OSGeo4W shell, which comes like this, like a command prompt. So I can send you a line of code. So you can give that line of code here and you can run it. So it will like it will work. Okay. So no problem. You just right now you just listen to it. Uh, Listen to it. Then we'll do it once we are like working with the hands-on session. Okay. So now go to SCP, go to bandset. So once this dialog box is appeared, what we have to do is that we have loaded the data in our QGIS console. Okay, already we have loaded the data to the QGIS console. But now we are working on a plugin. What plugin means? Plugin is not part of the software, but it is an external toolbox. Okay, so that's why we need to install. In QGIS, actually QGIS is an open source software. So that means each and every tool has been created by each and every individual, or else different individual, not by the software, which is not by the like what to say, a consortium or a group that is not that is developed QGIS. Okay, so that means the QGIS is an open source software. So that means you can also write a toolbox and you can like contribute to it. So that means every tool on QGIS is a plugin. That means an external tool. So as this is an external tool, we need to add the data to this plugin. Okay. Even though we have added it to the QGIS, you need to add this to semi-automatic classification. For that, you don't need to browse to your folder and all. So already we have loaded here. So now here you can click on this plus, add bands. Now you can read that add bands loaded in QGIS. Okay, so you have already loaded it in QGIS, so you can simply add this to here. So click on this plus. Now you can see the bands that are available in QGIS. Okay, B0 to 10, B03 10, B04 10, B08 10. So now check on which of the files you want to add. You want to add all the files. Okay, because we are going to work with all these satellite images. Okay, so once you open SCP, or if you click on SCP, you could see the band set. So click on that band set. So that band set option is available here. Okay, now you can see there is no active data in this portion. So click on this plus, which says add bands loaded in QGIS. Now it appears another dialog box which shows the number of files and all the files or the layers which is added in QGIS. Now you can check on this box to select which all layers you want to add. Let's say there are another 4-5 layers here, but you are not going to work with that. You could only use, let's for example, actually we are going to work on these two layers. If you are going to work on these two layers only, you could select these two. But here we are working on this 4 or the entire data, so you can check all these 4 and click on OK. So that here you can see all the 4 bands are added here. Okay, all the band four bands are added here. Okay, so what this step actually means is that this four bands have been added to the plugin. So then only or now only we are going to do clipping, then training and stacking, then classification. Okay, so what this step actually did is like added these data to the plugin. Okay, now if you want to remove this data or like you don't want this one, you could simply click and sorry, you should select it, which are the bands you want to remove. So click on all these, just get this minus, then yes, so all the data is removed. Okay, so to add the data plus select the data which you want. Okay, so if you want to remove anyone, click on that and remove. So if you want to remove all, you could click on all and remove. Okay, so now I am selecting the data. Okay, now the plugin has the data, so plugin has this data and it can be clipped. Okay, so sorry. So if you want to clip, so now what we are going to do is like we are going to clip the data. So what is the need of clipping? I've already told you. So let's consider that this is our study area. So actually this is the satellite image. Basically the satellite images are available as tiles. Let's say, let's consider that this is, oh, sorry. Let's think that this is a peninsula of let's spin a peninsula of India. Okay, let's consider this is a peninsula of India. Okay, so the satellite images are available as like this. Okay, in as tiles. Okay, so this is how the satellite images are available for us, equal sized tiles. Okay, equal sized tiles. Okay, so if your study area is in this position, you can select this type to download. I can show you how to download these data or the satellite images later. Okay, if your study area is lying here, you can download it this type. But what about if your study area is like this? Then you have to download this tile and this tile. Okay, let's say our study area is this one, so I can download this 1, 2, 3, the third type. Okay, I can download the third type. So likewise, I have downloaded the third tile here. So this is a type. So this is a type. Okay, and and so let's say this is my study area. Okay, this is my study area, and you need to work on this area only. Okay, you need to work on this area only, but this much area is not actually needed for your work. So you need to avoid this area from this satellite image or the data that you have downloaded. Okay, so you need to avoid this much area to reduce the load, to reduce the effort, to reduce the time consuming. Okay, so what you have to do is that you will cut out this much area or your area of interest or your region of interest. Your region of interest means the study area, ROI, or your area of interest. At some point of time, we say it as AOI, area of interest. Your region of interest, your area of interest, or your study area, all are same. So this is your region of interest or ROI. What you have to do is that you have to remove this much area, you have to remove this much area from the entire tile so that your region of interest or your study area will only be used, so that you will like you can save your time, your effort and all. Okay, so that's what we are going to do right now. Okay, so we are going to click a specific portion or an interest or the point of interest or region of interest from this entire clip or entire tile. You got the point what I have mentioned? Is it clear? So can you please at least you just respond in the chat so that I can
Yes, sir. It's
confirm.
clear.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once you have added the data, so we haven't clipped it yet. Once you have added the data, now we are going to clip, or now we are going to extract only the study area, or only the area, or only the region that we need. Okay. Now, how we can do that is you go to pre-processing. Okay, so in that semi-automatic classification plugin, first we clicked on this band set and we have added the data layer. Okay, now here you can see these bands are selected in band set 1. Okay, these bands are selected in band set 1. So keep that in your mind. So now you go to pre-processing and expand it. Okay, pre-processing, expand it. Now you can see clip raster bands. Okay, clip raster bands. So that's what we are going to do. Clip raster bands. So there it has 4 bands. So it's clip raster bands. Okay, so if you click on it, here you can see select input band set. So which is the band set number 1. That's why here you can see active band set 1, and here you can see it is 1. Okay, so why actually this is important is because during some analysis like multispectral data in sorry, hyperspectral data. So hyperspectral data means it might have hundreds of thousands of bands like this. Okay, during at that time, for vegetation analysis we will select some bands. For water body analysis we will select some other bands other than this. So at that time we'll have 2, 3, 4, 5 number of band sets, each having different bands. So at that time, during an analysis, we'll have to select some other band set numbers here. But here we have only one band set. You can see one, so it is not important. Okay, click on raster band, select input band set, which is 1. Okay, so next thing is output name prefix. What this output name prefix means, here we have original file. Now what we are going to do is that we will be selecting, or we will be clipping only a small area out of it. That means it will be a new file. Okay, so for 2 it will be a new file will be there, 3 it will be a new file, 4 it will be a new file, 8 it will be a new file. So there will be total 4 new files. Okay, so it is asking you, do you want to give a prefix for the new files so that you can identify? So I am giving clip. So the process that I am going to do is clip. Okay, so it is automatically giving a prefix clip. You can give any other prefix you want, which might be like easily identifiable for you. So I'm giving it clip itself, so that what's the name for the new file will be clip, then T43PHT underscore 202491010, then again same 0310, again 0410, 0810. So clip underscore, this file name will be the file name of the new one. Okay, so first thing is like selecting the input band, second one is like giving a prefix. Then next thing is like, so we are going to click, but system does not know which is our area of interest. Okay, so let's say this is my area of interest, or I am going to do the study on this area, or I am going to clip out this area from this entire like what to say, entire satellite image. Okay, so I have to say the system that okay, this is my study area. You can use it in two ways. First thing is like you can simply like drag or draw an area, but rather than that, in most of the cases, how things work is like you will be if you are doing a project like right now I am focusing on Kurnool of Andhra Pradesh. Maybe you will be working on some other district of Maharashtra, some other district of Kerala, some other district of Tamil Nadu, New Delhi, West Bengal, wherever it is. Okay, so you will be having a study area. It's not in a district, it might be some panchayat, it might be some wards, it might be a buffer zone, or whatever it is. So you will be having a study area, and you will be having that data of your study area. Okay, the shape file or the map of that study area. So if you have a predefined area for your study area, you can use vector for clipping. Okay, you can use vector for clipping. So this is what this is where we have to use the what to say, the data that we have sent to you. Okay, now another thing, uh, you can go to data. Now you are going to load the vector data. Okay, now you are going to load the vector data. So now I think you got an idea about what this ROI is. ROI means region of interest. I have once told you about the vector data. There are two kinds of data available in GIS, vector and raster. Here ROI. ROI means region of interest. I have given the name region of interest. Okay, so you are going to load that data. So here that data is a vector data, it's not an image. So you have to go to vector, you have to go to vector data, make sure again it is in file, you go to vector data set, click here. So here it is gone, came to this file. Here likewise we have selected this jp2 from these two files. Here you have to select this roi.shp. shp is a shapefile. Maybe you heard about this. This is a vector data file format. Shapefile is a vector data file format. So you can click on this roi.shp and click on this open. So it's located here. Now you can go to add and close. So it's already loaded here, but you can see this because it's not the topmost layer. You can click and go here. So now you can see this is my region of interest. Okay, this is my region of interest. If you are not interested to see this region of interest, you can click on or uncheck this. Okay, so keep it unchecked. Now again go to band set, and in the pre-processing go to click raster bands. Now you can use, or this is like, this is actually an option which is available, but it is not ROI for clipping. Like you can simply click on this and drag an area in your satellite image for this clipping, but it is not meaningful. In most of the cases, and in 99% cases, we will be using our study area. So use vector for clipping. So once this data is loaded in your QGIS console, you can simply click on this refresh. So if you refresh it, you can see like the ROE is loaded here. Clear? So once you click on it, you could see the ROE is loaded here. Okay, the ROE is loaded here. So that means what will happen is like the satellite data or the satellite data sets will be clipped with this extent or this study area. Okay, is it clear? What happens is that these four bands will be clipped with respect to this study area, this ROI. Now you can see that once it is completed. Okay, so once you have given these data and all these things are filled, now you can click for run. Okay, now you can click for run. Once you click on run, there opens a dialog box, and what it is asking, it is asking you for a folder. Okay, so where to save these clipped files? Okay, actually the ROI, the region of interest, will be clipped out of these four bands and it will be saved as a new file. So it is asking you where you want to save. So right now you can save it anywhere, but right now actually it is, you can see here it is inside the data set. I'm not disturbing that actual data set. I'm going to the classification folder and I'm clicking like clipped. I'm creating a new folder, clipped, or let's say for understanding, I should say clipped data underscore ROI, so that it is easy for me to understand. So I have opened that folder, and here you can select the folder. Okay, so you are selecting the folder. Once you have selected the folder, the process is running. Here you can see like 0%. Now I think you heard his voice. That means the process is completed. Okay, the process is completed. Okay, so now you can see, there are some more new layers added here. There are some more new layers added here. Clip T348, clip T34410, clip T34. So you can see the clip. So this is the prefix that we have already given to the new files. Okay, so these are the prefix that we have given to the files. Okay, now what we have to do is that we don't need these actual huge files or these entire tile or the entire satellite data is not needed. So we can remove these, and now we are going to work on this much area only. Okay, this much area only. So this is our, what to say, this is our study area or region of interest. So we are working on this only, so we don't need this one. So we will be removing this, like already said. Click Shift Alt and remove. Okay, now I have removed. So now you can see, this is our study area. Okay, so this is our study area or this is our region of interest. Clear? Now again, there is a need, you can arrange it in the order. Okay, now it is arranged. Now you can see this is our study area and this is our region of interest. So I have clipped the point or the region of interest from the entire what to say, satellite image. So for the first process was adding the data. Second one was like clipping the data. Okay. Now, the third step is like stacking. So from this gray sheet, this is actually a gray color image. You can see these are all gray color images. So once this clipping is completed, we don't need this ROI. So we can remove that also. Right click, remove layer. Okay, EVS. So once this is completed, so now you can see this is a gray color image. Okay, or this is a gray shade. So why this is appearing as a gray color? Because it does only one band. Okay, it is only a single band. So these are all single bands. So that's why it will be having only a gray color or a gray shade. But if you want to identify features from this, what we have to do is that we need to get it as a color image. Okay, we need to get it as a satellite image. So this is also a satellite image. Now you can understand things from here. Okay, or else I will go to tool itself. Yeah. So actually this is the area. Now you can understand these are same area. So here, look at the pond here or some water body here. So look at the same water body. Okay. So both are same area, but this is more understandable one. Why? Because this is a colored image. That means it has what I have told you yesterday, RGB, red, blue, green. Three bands are combined to form this single image. So that's why it's in a color reflected or colored image. But here, these are all single bands. That means it does only have the reflectance of single bands. These bands are not combined together. So that's why it's in a single reflectance value. But here, if you look at this, these area or this satellite image is combined together. These bands are combined together. Red, blue, and green are combined together to form this colored image. But here, if you drop down, here you can see only one band, band one. Here you can see only band one. These individual images have only single band. Here it it records 0 to 6944. It records only one records only the reflectance of the blue band. Okay, it reflects only the or it records only the reflectance of blue band. Here it records only the reflectance of green band. Here only records the reflectance of red band. So likewise, it does only have the reflectance of single bands. So that's why it's in a grayscale. Here you can see this image has the reflectance of three bands, at least three bands like blue, green and red. So that's why it's colored. So now for the understanding purpose or for the classification or for the training purpose, what we are going to do is that we are going to stack or we are going to combine these four bands together so that we will get understanding or we will get the colored image. Clear? So the next step is like we are going to merge. It's not actually the technical term is merge, it's stacking. Okay, I hope you heard about the term stacking. It's just stacking all these bands, four bands together to a single image. Okay, so that's the next process. So we go again, we are going to SCP. Let's click on the band set. Now, what you are going to do is like, sorry. So now what you are going to do is that you are going to stacking the bands. Okay, you are going to stacking the bands. It have multiple bands. So it have multiple bands, and now you what you are going to do is that you are going to stack these bands. Okay, so now one important thing that you have to keep in your mind during this step is like, now here you look at this, the data that is already loaded here is T43 PST, T43 PST and all. That means the entire area or the entire satellite data that we have already downloaded. So now we are going not to work on this data, but the clipped one. So what you have to do is that you have to remove these data from here by selecting this and click on delete. Okay, now it is deleted. Now what you are going to do is that again you go to here, add bands. What you are going to do, add bands loaded in QGIS. Now you can see now the clip data is available. Okay, make sure and keep this in your mind while you are going for the band stack, or your this the process is band stacking, or you can simply in general English you can say it as merge. So before you are going for the band stacking, you have to remove the preloaded data here. The preloaded data is the actual data set. Now we are going to work on this clipped images or the very small area. So click on remove that actual data, and now you can click on add bands loaded in QGIS. Click on these four, make sure it is loaded in order. Okay, in the order. Okay, then okay, so now it is added. Okay, now it is added. So once it is added, here you can see 210 central wavelength 1. So here it is a number. Now 3 2 4 3 8 to 4. So what does actually this means is that now the band numbers will be reassigned. In actual Sentinel image, actually second band is blue. Okay, third band is green, fourth band is red. So what actually here it means that now we are creating a new image with these bands, so that these bands will be renamed. These bands will be renamed, or the numbers will be in a different order. So that first band will be blue, second band will be green, third band will be red, fourth band will be NIR. In actual, NIR is 8. Okay, so make sure you select band order. So this in band order 1, 2, 3 and 4, blue, green, red and NIR. Here you can see another option. If you click on this wavelength, you can see on Sentinel-2, here it comes in the wavelength, but it is hard for you to understand based on this wavelength which band is this. So we select on this band order. So it is easy for you to understand why 1, 2, 3 and 4. One is blue, green, red and near infrared. Okay, so select this wavelength as band order and wavelength unit as band number. So band number 1 will be blue, 2 will be green, 3 will be red and 4 will be near infrared. Okay, so once these much options are selected, Now you can go to band set tools. In this, create virtual raster of band set and create a raster of band set. So this is what these 4 bands will be stacked to stacked to form a new image. Okay, these 2 options will create a new image out of these 4 bands. Clear? Clear up to this? So now once you clicked on this, you could click on run. Okay, once you again, if anyone want me to explain it once more, I can do it again. So make sure the actual data is removed from here, then click on plus, add these clipped files here. Okay, so the rest, all these things will be automatically selected. So I have defined you what actually this 1 2 3 and 4 is telling about here. From now onwards, band 1, this newly created image will be blue, 2 will be green, 4 will be red, 8 will be near infrared. Okay, so this is important because while you are creating a false color and true color image out of it, so it will be easier for you to understand using this 1 2 3 and 4. Okay, so now create virtual raster of band set, create a raster of band set. So the rest of these things will be automatically selected. Okay, so if you click on both of these, again click on run. Once you click on run, it will ask for another folder to select. So now I am going for a stacking. So I am selecting a folder named stack and I'm selecting the folder. Okay, stacking or merging, which name you want to give, you can give, but stacking is more technical, merging is in the normal form. Okay, select the folder. So once you select the folder, the process will start running, and it will, once the process is completed, it will give you a beep sound. Okay. Okay, so it is finished. So here you can see, as earlier, nothing has been added here. Okay, sometimes it may happen. So once if it is completed with that beep sound, you can close this. So you can check whether if the new data is added here or not. If it is not added, you can simply go to the folder. So you can go to layer, add data, add raster layer. So this is an image also. So add that layer, you can add it. So you know where the folder it is in the classification stack. Yeah, this one, TIFF. Okay, here you can see. Now you are going, there will be 2 files available, one with an extension VRT and one with the raster TIFF. You better add this raster TIFF. So click open, add. So now you can see this is a colored image. Okay, now you can see this is a colored image, but you could see that there is some like it's not actually the actual like in the color form. So what you have to do is that right click, go to properties, here in the transparency, additional node data value is 0 and apply. Okay, so here you can see it in a more realistic manner. Okay, what you have to do is that, so if I am giving it like this, sometimes the added image will be having some opacity or that kind of an issue. Right click, properties, go to transparency. In that transparency, in that additional node data value, that means there might be some node data available in these borders. So give 0, apply. It will be much more what to say, pretty easily understandable for you. So this is the stacking. So now we have created an image. We have created an image with an almost 2 color composite. So now here you can see red band, green band, blue band. There are 3 bands. Actually, it is asking us, actually we have 4 bands. We have blue, green and red. Okay, we have blue, green, red and near infrared. Which band you want to assign to which color? Actually, even though it is mentioned as red band, it is asking for the red color. Green band means green color, blue band means blue color here. Okay, it is asking you which color, which band you want to assign to this red. Here it is automatically selected band 1. Okay, now previously while doing these band set combinations or during stacking, Yeah, here you can see band number 1 is blue, band number 2 is green, band number 3 is red, band number 4 is near infrared. Okay, so I could write it here. Here band number 1, here the band number 1 is B2 of sentinel. B2 of sentinel is blue. So band number 2 is B3 of sentinel. B3 of sentinel is green. Band number 3, here band number 3 is band number 4 of sentinel, which is red. Then band number 4 is band number 8 of sentinel, which is NIR, near infrared. So now if you go to properties and if you go to symbology, it is asking you which band you want to assign to red color. So now it is band 1 is assigned to red color. Band 1 is which one? Blue. That means blue is assigned to red color, means it is not a true color composite. So now we want to assign red color to the red band. So that is band 3. Now green band. So which is green band? Green band is band 2. Here it is band 2. Okay. Green band is assigned to green color. Now it is asking for blue band. So blue band is band number 1. So here band 3 is assigned. That is wrong, or it is false color. So I am assigning band 1. So now blue is assigned to 1, green is assigned to 2, red is assigned to 3. So that means we are going to create a true color composite. So you can see the change here in the picture, if you, or the image, if you look at it. Now you could see it is much more realistic. So now you can see the water or the man-made, like what to say, this could be some kind of a man-made water body. So here you can see the greenish farmlands, and here you can see the settlements, some settlement area or the built-up area. There is a dark region of water and all, but it is hard for you to identify even what to say, like some other features, or for example agriculture from here. So now it's the part to go for false color composite. So what is actually false color composite? Assigning different colors to different bands, okay, not corresponding bands. So now we'll go to properties. So if you want to identify some of the features of vegetations and all, what we'll normally do is that we'll assign near infrared to red band. Okay, yesterday we told about false color composite and I have shown you a video about it. Okay, so now we are going to assign near infrared to red band. So near infrared is band number 4. So I am assigning band number 4 to red band. So again I am assigning band number 3, that is red to green band, and I am blue to green. Okay, so this is a false color composite 432. You can think it like this: 432. True color composite here is 321. Here 432. Now if you apply, you could see these red patches where actually the active vegetation is there. Okay, this is how you create a false color and a true color composite from this. Clear? Is it clear up to this? If it is clear, we'll take a break of 15 minutes and after that we'll join. Okay. So don't get confused. While you were doing, you will get a more idea on this during the hands-on. And so you will be giving this reference. So at first you will be having some problem in identifying these, but if you repetitively do this for 2-3 times, you will clearly understand what the procedure is. Okay, is it clear up to this? Hello? Yes, okay. If it is okay, then we'll take a break for 15 minutes. I think we'll be joining back by 11:45. Okay. Now only
Sir,
few steps are remaining: training and
sir,
classification. Yeah,
excuse me, sir.
yeah, yeah.
Sir, I was not able to install the plugin, so I have just watched your procedure.
Yeah, no problem. We'll solve all these issues during the hands-on, one-to-one. Okay. If we are
Okay,
trying
sir.
to do it right now, it will take a lot of time because like solving all these issues. But during the hands-on, we'll solve it one-to-one. We'll share our screens like one-to-one, and we'll solve all the issues. I'm
Okay,
asking,
sir.
apart from is these steps clear, you will
Yes, sir.
get an understanding where you are doing in the hands-on. Okay. So I think Saurabh sir, are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm here.
So I think we'll rejoin by 11:45.
Okay. So
Okay.
now what I will request you all is that now this recording immediately within 5 to 10 minutes, I'll be uploading on the same playlist or YouTube channel. You see to it, start doing it, and you will very quickly you start putting your doubts on the group, WhatsApp group. You can take pictures of your problem. You can take screenshots. Start putting it. So one by one, Anish will clear all the doubts. Okay.
Okay. Actually,
Is
the
it?
session will be completing by 12:30. Okay, because it's not completed. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
okay,
Okay.
the
Okay. So
session.
you by now you are asking some doubts.
Yeah,
Hello, Anish?
yeah. Actually, we have only just 75% completed. We'll take a break, and by 12:30 we'll complete the entire process, and after that we will post the recordings.
Okay. 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 I thought because I was in some administrative works, huh, so I did not
Yeah,
following up.
yeah,
Okay. So all the participants, there is no problem. You just try to understand as best as possible from your side. And once it is over, I'll put the recording on same YouTube channel and you see to it. And today you make sure that you are able to do the land use rent core analysis with whatever Anish has told you regarding the ROI, clipping of area, merging of bends, all other things.
yeah.
So Anish,
Because
I think you would have tired also. So if you wish, we can take some 5-10 minutes break. Then you can again start.
yeah, we'll start by 11:45.
11:45 na?
Ah,
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, then all the participants will start by 11:45, and you don't hesitate to put any of your doubt on the WhatsApp group.
yeah. So the stacking process, I will repeat it once more after the break. Okay. Okay, I'm stop sharing the screen. I think the recording will be there, right?
Yes, it is recorded only.
Okay. So, well, back at 11:45.
Hello? Anish?
Sir.
Anish, I'll just put it on group because 25 candidates were there, but now 17. I'll put on the group to join. And within 3-4 minutes, you can start. Anyway, it is recorded now. You can start.
I think we'll start. Okay, let others join.
Yes, you start.
Okay. So I'm sharing my screen. Okay. So actually, someone asked about showing that stacking process once more. So so this is the clip images. Okay. So like go to SCP and in the band set. So let's consider actually the actual data set will be loaded here. You have to remove that, and then again you have to select the bands which are clipped. So click on these four files that will be for the processing from now onwards, uh, because this will be the clipped image, so that these clipped images will be stacked together. So first you have to select all these files and click on OK. So it will be out here. So then in the wavelength, select the band order. In the wavelength unit, band number, it will be automatically and it will be default settings. So what you have to click on is create on virtual raster and create virtual raster of band set. So these two has to be checked. So once you checked on these two, you can click on run. So once you click on run, it will ask you for a folder to save the stacked images. Okay, you can click on run. So once you are clicked on run, it will be asked for a folder to save the stacked image. So you can define a folder in a place you want. So once you defines the folder, the process will end. Okay, so now I'm clicking on run, click on run. So it is asking for a folder. So now I'm creating a folder like stack. Okay, stack. So once this folder is selected, you can click on select folder. Okay, so once the sound is completed, that means the process is completed. Here you can see SAP information process completed. Okay, so you can close this, and again you can go to load that data. So click on raster. You can go to layer, add layer, you can go to raster. So in raster you can go to browse, and again you can go to the folder where you have saved the stack. So this click raster if is the data. So click OK, and it will be added. So again you can see, like, once it is added, it's a colored image, but you could see some kind of a blurred or transparent like of a nature. So for that, what you have to do is that you can click on this, right click on this image, go to properties, and again in this properties you can go to symbology, and after that in the transparency, click on transparency, and here there is an option additional no data value. Click on that and give 0. So no data, other no data values will be treated as 0, so that these color stretching will be removed. Okay, so once you give 0, and if you click on apply, you can look at this image, and you can see the difference. Apply, so it will be more clear for you. And now you can go to the symbology, and you can check which bands are selected to which colors accordingly. And you can see red band is selected to band 1, or red color is selected to band 1. Here actually band 1 is blue, band 2 is green, band 3 is red, and band 4 is near infrared. So you have to, if you want to see a true color composite, means appropriate or the corresponding bands are assigned to corresponding color. That means the red band is assigned to red color, green band to green color, blue band to blue color. So here you can see band 1 is blue. Here we have set it somewhere. Blue is band 1, green is band 2, and red is band 3. But here you can see red band is selected to band 1. In actual, band 3 is red, then green band is band number 2, and for blue, band is number 1. So here you can see, here it is in not that much clearer color, but if you apply, you could see this is much more clearer. So you can see the open grounds are seen as in the color of the sand or that soil color. Here also you can see, and you can see the water bodies here. You can see the vegetation here. You can see with the structure or the shape and the size, you can see there is a water body here. But it is hard for you to understand if you want to know about the what to say, vegetation clearly and all. It is hard for you to understand about the vegetations here, so you will go for a false color composite, which you go for the properties. In properties you will go to symbology. Again in the symbology, for a vegetation specific false color composite, you will go for near infrared band will be assigned to red band. That means near infrared is 4. Then for the green color you will assign red band. For the blue color you will assign green band. So that is 432. The false color composite for vegetation identification is 432. Okay, so once you give apply, so you could see what difference all these red color are seen as. See, actually the red color is natural, or not natural, it's vegetation. Okay, here you can see there is a vegetation. This vegetation, actually here there is vegetation which is not identifiable or easily identifiable in a true color composite. I can show you, like you can concentrate on this portion and you can look at this. So once if I again go to a true color composite from here, 3, 2, 1, and if I apply, you could concentrate on this portion. You can look at this portion. Once I click on apply, it's not that, yeah, it's not that easily identifiable. So here there are some patches, so it's not clearly identifiable, and it is not clear to you in true color composite. So again you can go to false color if you want, and yeah, once you apply, so now it's so more clear sorry, more clear to you to identify where actually the vegetation are more. Okay, so this is how we identify. This is the use of true color and false color compass. Okay, so I think the stacking is clear to you. Who are asked? Debas Smita Biswal. I think it is clear. Uh, I think, yeah. Okay, we'll move forward. Anyway, this is a recorded session. You can refer to it later if you want. Okay, so the next process is training. So yesterday, while doing supervised classification, telling about supervised classification. So basically, while we were discussing about classification, we told that there are two kinds of classification: supervised and unsupervised. Again, yesterday we told that we'll be doing supervised classification. In supervised classification, the most important step is we are defining to the software or the system, or we are telling to the system that okay, this is uh, what this is water body, this is agriculture, this is vegetation, this is built up, this is open land, and all these things. Okay, so we are defining to the system, or we are telling to the system that this feature is this one, this feature is this one, this feature is this one. So that is called as a supervised classification, and that process is called as training the system. So next, sorry, next process is we are going to train the system. Okay, we are going to train the system means we are going to tell the system that this one is water body, this one is agriculture, this one is vegetation, this one is built up, this one is open. Okay, so that is a next process. So the first process that we have done is we have added the data. Second one, we have clipped the data. Third one, we have stacked the data. And third, next one we are going to do is we are going to train the data, or we are going to train the software that, and we are telling like these are these features. And as last, we will do for a classification. Okay, so that is a procedure. So now we are going to train the software with the data. Okay, so for that again you have to go to SCP, or this semi-automatic classification plugin, and here you can go to show plugin. Okay, you can go to show plugin. So this again, this dialog box will be coming, but you can close that for right now. Okay, so now here you can see a doc, which I have already told you once. This doc will be useful for us in training purposes. Okay, so every time if you click on some of these options like band set and all, what happens is that this dialog box will be coming. But right now here you have to go to show plugin, so that this doc will also be appearing. So now we are going to work on this doc, SCP doc, or semi-automatic classification plugin doc. Okay, so now what we are going to do is that we are going to train we are going to train the system. So for that we have to go to training input. Okay, so you please listen, don't do right now, so that it will be helpful for you to refer to this video and do it later. Okay, so now what we are going to do is that we are going to train the system. So for that, where you have to go is that you have to go to the training input. So once you are opening this doc, you will be in the home section. Okay, so where you have to go is that you have to go to training input. Okay, so now we are going to create a signature file. So what is signature? So as you all know, the word meaning signature gives an unique identification. So everyone, each of us have a unique signature. So likewise, we are going to create a signature file. What signature file means? We are going to create a spectral signature file. Okay, we are going to create a spectral signature file. In that spectral signature file, we are defining, or we are telling to the system that okay, this area, the spectral signature of this area, you will get more understanding while I am demonstrating, but just I am telling you. Okay, I am telling the system that okay, this area, the spectral signature of this area should be considered as water body. So that's training. What I have told you earlier in a layman concept is I am telling to the system that this is water body, this is vegetation, this is built up. Okay, but what actually system is understanding is the signature. Consider the spectral signature of this region as water body, spectral signature of this region as an open land or harvested farm, spectral signature of this region as a vegetation, spectral signature of this region as a built up. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. So for that, first we have to create a signature file. For creating a signature file or a training input file, you first go to, it will be in the home, you go to training input, and after that, in here you can see create a new training input. Okay, create new training input. Click on that. So it will be again asking for a folder. For here you have to save the file, it's not the folder, but again I'm creating a new folder and giving the folder name as signature, and in that signature give your signature file name. I'm giving it as signature. Okay, so signature file with extension .scpx. Okay, that is the system defined file extension. So give save. Okay, so that now you can see there happens something. Okay, I'll define you what actually it is. And here you can see there appears a SCP training layer. That means you have created a signature file. So that signature file is created here also. Okay, so now once you clicked on the SCP doc, you can also see here also there comes a set of tools. It will automatically come. Okay, so here appears a set of tools. It will automatically come once this SCP is correctly installed and all, that plugin is correctly installed. Okay, so you could use this one. Okay, once this is created, make sure here comes the correct location and ACP training layer named one has uh, created here also. So if both of these conditions are satisfied, now you go to this ROI polygon, create ROI polygon. Okay, create an ROI polygon. So click on that. Okay, now you can see the mouse pointer. Now it's in the hand tool. So once you click on that, it comes to a plus or, or an addition sign. Okay, so before that, you have to look at here. So here MCID. So what actually MCID is? Macro class ID. I think yesterday in the presentations, I have just let me open that presentation. Uh, Yeah, now you can see this is the classification level yesterday I have told about. So here you can see two options, MCID and CID. That means MC name and MC name. Okay, so this MC means this one, macro class or the level one. So this will be a macro class and this will be classes or subclasses. Okay, so this will be a macro class and this will be subclasses. So likewise, MCID is this class ID. So CID or the class ID will be the subclasses ID. Okay, that doesn't need to be the same one. Here should be one should be given to urban. No, but this is for our identification. MCID means macro class ID. So first we are going to train the water body, or we are going to say to the system that consider these regions as, or the spectral reflectance of these portions as water. Okay, first we are going to train water. So I am giving one as a class ID for water body. And what will be the name? I am giving the name as water bodies. First we have to give this. So I am not concerned about the subclasses. I am not creating any subclasses like ponds, lakes, man-made ponds, ocean, nothing. I am only concerned about the macro class. That means I am creating only a huge class, not the subclasses. So I'm only concerned about the macro class. So if you want to create some subclasses on it, you can give names here also. But right now, I'm only concerned about the macro class. So only I'm giving a macro class ID and a macro class name. Okay, so this macro class ID is for the system and macro class name is for the user for our easy understanding. Okay, now we have created a class here and now we are going to train. So this is the next process. So once you give the name, now you can go to this one, create RY polygon. That means we are creating or we are drawing an area here and we are asking the system to consider the spectral reflectance of that area under this category. Yeah. Is it clear up to what I have told?
Once again, you can explain,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
please.
Yeah, I'll explain it once again. So, excuse me, do I need to tell about this creating a signature file and all these things, or just the creating the classes?
Creating the classes, sir, just
Yeah, yeah,
MCF this.
yeah. So I'm deleting it again. Let me start from the scratch. Okay, so first thing is like you could go to, we are creating a new signature file. So creating a signature file means that signature file consists of spectral signature of different classes. Okay, so we are going to create a signature file. Okay, so let's think that this is a signature file for the system. Okay, so what actually the signature file consists of? The signature file consists of details about the spectral signature of sorry, spectral signature of different different classes. Okay, let's say this is vegetation. Sorry, let's say this is vegetation. This is water body. This is built up, and let's say this is open land. Okay, this is actually a signature file. Okay, this is actually a signature file. Okay, so first thing is like we need to create a signature file. Then we need to say system that okay, this is a vegetation reflectance, this is the water body reflectance, this is the built up reflectance, this is the open land reflectance. Okay, so first thing is like you have to create a file, then you need to enter data to it. Okay, so the first thing is create a file. First thing is like you need to yeah. First thing is like you need to create a signature file. Then you need to enter the signature details. Signature or reflectance details to it. Okay, so the first thing is creating a signature file. So we are going to create the signature file. So for that, create a new training input. You can click on here. So this is the one which we have already created. So I'm giving another name, or else we can delete it from here itself. Yeah. Yeah. So again, I have given the name signature.scpx and I have saved. So here you can see there is nothing in this. It's given as training input, and also here also there is nothing called as a training input. But once you created this file, okay, it's overwritten. So now here you can see the classification signature.scpx. A new file or a new layer is added. Clear? So we have created the file. So we have again we have created the signature file. Now what are we going to do? We are going to say the system that okay, I am going to tell you some region, or I am going to draw ROIs, or I am going to draw some regions, and you have to consider the reflectance of that region as whatever I have mentioned here. Okay, first I am going to enter the signature or the reflectance values of water bodies. Okay, water bodies. Okay, you can give any name. Okay, water body, H2 or whatever it is you want, but this is for our understanding, but this number is for systems understanding. Okay, so I created a water body. Water body is macro class. So the macro class will be the this one. The macro class will be this one, this broad class, and this class will be the subclasses. Here CID means class ID, MC means macro class ID. So the macro class will be the level 1 and class will be the level 2. So I am not concerned about this class 2. I am concerned about only the macro class. So here water body. Okay. So I have created a signature file. Now I have created a macro class. Okay, which I have given the name. Okay, what we have done is we have created a signature file. Now we are going to create a macro class in it, which is water body. Okay, so this two is done. So this is water body, water body. So I have created a signature file. In that signature file, I have created a macro class. So now I am going to enter data or the reflectance values in this macro class. For that, I have to go to ROI, create a polygon. So why creating this polygon? So while I draw a polygon here, the system will take care of the reflectance values of the cells in that. Okay, so if you if you zoom in, you can see the pixels here. Each pixels will be having a value. Each pixels will be having a reflectance value in it. So that reflectance value will be stored and will be considered by the signature file as the reflectance of this water body. Clear? So now I'm going to draw a polygon here. So you can see it came to a plus. So first thing is like you can draw a polygon like if whatever place you want. So once you find, okay, now I can close a polygon, right click. Okay, so once you right click, the polygon will be completed. Now you can come here and click on this one, save temporary ROI training input. So once you click on that, you can see, yeah, it has taken class 1. Okay, this is class 1. So water bodies here, you can see class 1. So what happened here is system has taken the reflectance values of this much area under this class. Okay, okay, so now another thing, actually this is a bluish color, but here you can see this is also a water body. You can see here there is an association with the vegetation and it's black in color. That means the reflectance in showing as a black to dark blue in this forest color composite is water body. So that is the use of tone or color. And again, it is associated with vegetation. That means the another interpretation key association. Okay. So how many samples you need to take? Okay. So how many samples you need to take during this ROI? Because it has different shades for a same feature. Here you can see it's a water body, but this color is not same here. So you could say you could take any number of what number of samples. It doesn't matter. If you increase the number of samples, the accuracy will be much more higher during the classification. Okay, as it does have different shades for the same feature. Here you can see it's a dark one. Here you can see it's a dark one. So there is no need to take both of these because both are same. But here you can see it's a different shade. Then if you go to somewhere else having another shade, okay, here you can see it's a comparatively different shade. So you could it's better to complete or it's better to include different shades. Okay, so now again I am going for another polygon. Okay, now left click left click. You can draw by using left click. Once you found out that, okay, you have completed, now you can go to right click, so it will be auto complete. So once you completed this, make sure you click here every time, then only it will be saved. Else, if you draw something else, now I can show you another one. If I draw like this, okay, without saving here, now I'm going to draw another one. Once you completed this one will automatically get deleted. See, so it's not saved. So make sure each and every time after each and everything you got saved. Clear? Okay. So now you have taken 3 classes. Likewise, you can take n number of classes if you want for the betterment of the result. So what actually you are telling to the system that, okay, this is, consider the reflectance values of this inside water body. Okay, so let's say I'll go to some other region. Yeah, this is also a water body. Okay, completed, save. Okay, right now, let's say while you are drawing, if you find any error, for example, you drawn a polygon like this and you click, and you could see that this is an error because this region is not actually a water body. This is something else. This is a land portion. Okay, so if something happened and you saved, but you found that this is error, you could simply click on that one. Okay, you can simply click on that one and you can right click and you can delete it from here. Okay, you can delete it from the selected one from here. Okay, so that is delete. Okay, so make sure you don't make mistakes, but no problem. The first times it will happen. Right click, closed, save. Okay, so this is the procedure for collecting the signature. So I am, as this is a demonstration, I am stopping for the single class by here. While you are doing, you can collect a number of classes or number of shades. Okay, number of shades. Here you can select another shade. Yeah. Okay. So make sure that you are not drawing like this from here to here. It's not needed because this is gonna be an automation process. This is, we give some samples and the system will classify it accordingly. Okay, so I'm selecting it. So okay, so I'm just stopping. So now next process is actually it has this number of sheets, and I want to merge this all. What I want to do is that I want to merge all these to a single class. Okay, I want to merge all these to a single class inside water body. So select all these, right click, merge items. Merge items. So now here you can see actually there are nine subclasses or 9 samples I have taken. Okay, 9 samples I have taken. So now I am going to click and merge items. Now here you can see, you can give yes. Here happened a 10th one. That means these 9 have been merged to create a 10th one. So now it is not needed to keep all these 9. You can only keep this last one which is merged and you can delete all the others. Okay, make sure, again, make sure you are not deleting the last one, because if you delete it once, you cannot undo it. Okay, so make sure first use create all these subclasses, select all these one and merge to a single one. Once you merged it, that will be automatically the last class, and make sure that without selecting that you could delete all of this. Okay, delete. Okay, now the merged one is available here. So now I think, okay, for water body, this much number of samples is enough. Okay, this much number of samples is enough for the water body. Now I move to the next class. So my next class will be vegetation. So here class ID is 1 and it's for water body. Now I am going to the next class, so that my class ID should be different. My class ID must be different, else the system will consider the next sample also under this class ID. Okay, so first one is water body, second one I am giving vegetation. So if you want to give built up to the second one, that's up to you, no problem. But water body built up everything must have a different MCID. Don't bother about the CID. Must have MCID. So now I am going for vegetation. Okay, now I am going for vegetation, and again go to ROI. Okay, so you have given it and you have given MCID different one. So now I am going for vegetation. So here you can see I am again selecting click. Now if you click on the signature, you could see here a new category, a new master class or a new macro class is being created. Look at it, second one, vegetation. It's not comes under this one. Okay, now unless you what change this MCID, it comes under this vegetation itself. Okay, so this is a vegetation class. Okay, click, right click, save. So it comes under here. Okay, so now again the step is here. You can go for different shades. Now you can see. So this is an agricultural area. You can identify it from this shape. But I am not going for that much detailed classification, like agriculture and vegetation as different. So I'll be going only for the macro class. So here you can see the different shades of red. That's because of the health and vegetation, health of the vegetation. Here you can see there is a different shade. Okay, signature. Then here you can see there is a different shade. Okay, now I think you got the point how to collect the signatures from different portions about the different shades. Here you can see there is a different shade. You could go through the study area and you can just simply go like here there is a different shade. So if you include like different shade, your classification accuracy will be higher. Okay, so like this, now I'm going for this shade. Okay, okay. So right now for the demonstration purpose, I think that's fine. So now next process is I'm going to merge this all to a single one. Don't go for this, but this all to a single one. Now you can see it's ends at 90. So the merge class will be 20. Right click, merge items, or else you can click on here. Okay, it's here also you can go for merge highlighted speckle signatures. So click here, merge items. Yes. So there appears another one 20, which you need to keep, and the rest up to these you can delete. Okay, again make sure you keep this one, else you cannot undo. Okay, so vegetation is finished. So next process we'll go for the another one. Here also you can see I have created the water body, then I have created vegetation. Okay, now third one, let's say I'm going for what to say, built up. So built ups are in this color, and due to the association, you could see these are the houses. So if you, it is hard, if you want to go for true color, you can also go to true color and try getting understanding about it by looking into it. Okay, so you can see it's more visible like the buildings. So now you change the macro class 3, and I'm going for built up. Okay, so now you are drawing it. Okay, so saving it. Now you can see it will comes under new class built up. Okay, so now I think I go for the false color so that it is easier for me to understand about the built ups. Yeah, from the vegetation. Okay, you can go to zoom in. Yeah, so now I think this step is understandable to you. So that's why I'm doing it a bit fast, and I'm not this time I'm not going for a large number of samples because you understand the process, and I think you can do it more clearly and meaningful while you were doing the hands-on. Okay, so I think that's for the demonstration. I think this is okay for me, and I'm yeah. Let's select another one also. Okay, I've selected this. So what is the next process? Like merging. I have selected all these. Go to merge items. So it will get merged. 25. So 26. The last one will be the newly created one. So select all others. Delete items. Okay. Okay. Let's go for one more class. I'll go for some open land. Okay, so let's say these are the like harvested the portions of the farmlands. So I'll call them as open land. So I'll give another MCID and I'll give it as open land. Okay, so now I'll be selecting, yeah, open land. Here also, as you understand the process, I'll be a bit quick and I'll not be selecting a lot of samples because you can do that while you were doing. Okay, then something shades. Yeah, you can use the hand tool, and let's say sometimes if it is somewhere, if it is like this, you can select on this one, which layer you want to see. So click on that and right click and zoom to layer so that it will be fit to the window. Okay, which layer you want to see, zoom to layer. Okay, so again that plus is not viewing to you, so click on to RI options and create on RI polygon. So click here. Okay, okay, just I am only selecting 3 classes or 4 classes. Now I am going to merge it. I'm going to merge all these merge items. Okay, so the last one will be the merged one. So I'm selecting others and I'm deleting. Okay. Okay. So we have selected and we have created the training input. Okay, we have trained the system and this is, let's say, built up, and let's say the last one. Okay, so uh, this is what, let's say this is water body, this is vegetation, this is built up, this is open land. So we have created this one. Okay, so this is a signature file and we have created all this. So meanwhile I'm going to save the project. Let's save it on so that, okay, so it is created. So we have created a signature file. Do you understand what actually the process we have done right now? This is the major step. This is a major process. Okay, I hope what we have done right now, we have selected some areas. And we have classified it under some macro classes so that the system or the software could understand that these regions or the spectral reflectance of these regions comes under these like features. Is it clear? I hope it is clear. I think it is clear. Else, while you are doing, you could understand. Okay. Now, another one more thing, but it is not necessary, but it will help you to understand the result more clearly. So, what it is actually, basically, you could change the color here. Okay, this color indicates the result that is created will be the classified regions after the classification. Okay, let's after the classification, the results of water body or the regions comes under water body will appear in these colors. Okay, vegetation will comes under this color, built up will comes under this color, and open land will comes under this color. So what we do before this classification is we will sometimes we will change this color so that it will be easier for us to understand. Okay, this is water body. Okay, so normally there are some colors for the water bodies and all, so I give this blue. This is not mandatory, but after classification it will be easier for you to understand. Water body will be appeared in this color. So then vegetation we give some dark green so that after classification we can easily understand. Built up, normally built ups are a bit red in color. See, actually built ups are not always red in color, but the map convention is normally red in color. Hope you've seen about the topo sheets and all. It should be. Let's say give this red. Open land, let's give this color. Yeah, that will be better for this one. Yeah, let's say the open land. Maybe this color. Okay. So this is not mandatory, but this will help you to understand. Okay. So once this is completed, we have completed the training process. Okay, once we completed the training process, now we'll go for the classification. The last and final step, the classification. Okay, so for classification, what we are going to do is we'll again go to SCP and click on band set. Okay, click on band set. Then here you can see at first for clipping we click on pre-processing. Here you can click on band processing. Okay, so in band processing you can see classification option here. Okay, either you can click any one of this and serve or move towards these options, or else simply you can click on this SCP, and here also you can see the options band processing classification. Okay, if you comes and click like this, it will automatically lead to the specific tool option. Okay, else you can simply click on band set, then expand band processing, and you can go for classification. Okay, make sure the clipped satellite bands are already there in the band set. Okay, now go to classification. Now select input band set. Which one is our one? Band 1. So band 1. Classification, set score. Keep rest of the things as such and use training macro class ID, because we are going to classify it based on macro class ID. It's not class ID. It's not class ID. It's macro class ID. Okay, again in the algorithm, you could see maximum likelihood, minimum distance, multi-layer, random forest, vector angle mapping, then support vector machine. These are different algorithms, but here we are going to use maximum likelihood. So click on maximum likelihood. This will be defaultly come. So click on maximum likelihood. Okay, so here you can see a green tick. That means this one is selected. Again, after doing all these things, you can click on run. Once you click on run, it will go for a folder selection. Okay, once more, click on SCP, band set. Once confirm where the band set 1 and the clipped bands are here, go to classification, maximum likelihood, make sure the maximum likelihood is here, and use training. For that, the signature macro class is selected and input band set is 1. Once you've done that, click on run. Once you click on run, it will ask you for the folder. So this is the final result. So I am giving it as classified image. Okay, so once that folder is selected, you can give the name. I'm giving it as LULC, land use and land cover classified. Okay, so land use and land cover classified image. So it will be TIFF. So it will be the TIFF. Don't go for this VRT. So go for TIFF and save. It will take comparatively high time than the other. Okay, so once you can see, once it is completed, it is classified. Okay, it is classified, and here you can see the classified image. Okay, here you can see the classified image. So this is, let's say, now you know how many number of samples you have taken from this entire study area. Let's say less than 25 or 30. I have taken only 30 samples, but you know the entire study area is classified accordingly based on the what to say. Here you can see based on the classification. You can see, look, it's classified very neatly, but it could be more clearly and it could be more accurately done if you increase the number of training samples. Okay, you know, first class, for the first class only I have taken a very like 10 samples. Rest of the classes I have taken 3, 4, 5 and all, which means it lacks the what to say training input, it lacks. So as it is a demonstration purpose, but the process is this and the procedure is this. If I'm going to take 20, 30 samples for each class, then it will take a lot of time. So but you can do that once you were doing, okay, once you were doing, you can do that. So this is the classified image. Again, here you can change the color if you want. Let's say I'm changing the color to blue, then vegetation, okay, yes, it will then built up. I am changing the built up to this color. Okay, open that. So here also you can change. Okay, but it will be it's not good. Let's say this one. Oh, the colors are not good. Yeah. So again, you can give up to your color so that it will be more what appealing, visually appealing. The cartographic skills you can apply. Okay. So this is how we do classification. Okay, I hope it is clear. Okay, so the process is completed. Now what you can do is that you can refer to the video that we'll be sending. You can refer to that video, and also you can try it. Okay, one time, two time, three time, four time, five time. Don't expect that 100% good result. This is not 100% good result. This is up to only 50%. 100% good result in the first try. The second try, you will face a lot of issues. Like move forward so that you will try more and more and more times so that you will get very good results. Okay, take consider different number of training inputs from different portions. Here you can see the number of samples I have taken. It's too low. It's too low. 10, 20, 30, 60, only 76. Only 76 numbers I have taken. That's pretty low. You could take at least different 20, 25 different shades for each classes, 25 to 30 different shades for each classes, so that your result will be very good and it will be so accurate as compared to this image. Okay, so is that clear? So are you in a position that you can refer to the video and do this? Is it clear? Hello? Am I audible? Actually, I'm
Yes,
not getting
yes,
in a...
yes. Yes, Anish, you are audible.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So I think now what we'll do is that actually the session, the demonstration session is over. I think Saurabh sir will be sending you the video. Before that, we'll do some like there are some issues, na? That we'll solve that issue. Or also, please keep the recording on so that you can refer about solving that issue. I think some of you, can you please chat what is actually the issues, like so that I can consolidate it and say it by once. Like there is a remoter issue that I can solve. Any other issues? Hello.
Yeah, Anish, I think once they start doing it, then it will
No, sir.
do more.
Actually, they can only start doing by solving this issue remotely, or so
Yeah, and
that.
also yesterday someone has sent a message to me that they are not able to install semi classification, that SCP plugin.
Okay. So what was their issue? Can you please? Uh, okay, not able to open the semi auto. Okay. So all of you, please. Uh, I can rather I could open to the. Okay. Let me type something. Okay, so please listen, and after that you do what I'm telling. Okay, so this is a line of code, a piece of code. So what you have to do is that all these issues, like Python library is outdated, I'm not able to open automatic classification, then remote your there is an error in remote your issue. All these things you can solve the issue by using this piece of code. So what you have to do is that you can copy it from here. Oh, I'm not sending yet. Uh, yeah, so I can also copy and paste this to WhatsApp so that we can also use. Okay, so yeah, you can use this piece of code. Okay, you can copy it, and what you have to do is that please listen first, then you can do that. So you copy this piece of code, and then you go to start, then you just search OS. Okay, so this is the one. I can also OS Geo. You can simply search OS Geo, OS Geo for W shell. Okay, so if you simply type OS Geo, you could see this one. Okay, click on that. It will actually will be a command prompt like this. So you can open this. Make sure it's not just simple CMD, but OS Geo for W shell. Okay, once you open this, just paste the code. Okay, just paste the code and click enter. Okay, now you can see this will be happening. Like it will take some time because it's just connecting to internet, and it's downloading some like libraries and all. Okay, so it will take some time, and yeah, it will actually these are all libraries are available with me, so that's why it's just finished just so fast. But for you people it won't be like that. It will take some time, and it will go for like some downloading, not a huge size, but some simple downloadings, and after that it will end like some folder is this, like it will end. You can see like these home file will be again written at the end, so that you can find out that it's finished. Okay, once it is finished, you can open QGIS. Okay, doing before you doing this OSGeo4W, you can close QGIS. You first close QGIS, and after that you just copy and paste this piece of code on this, and you go to enter, so that it will you can see here requirement already satisfied. That means this is already installed in my PC, but it's not in your case. So it will take some downloads. It's not huge size, but it will take some downloads, and it will at the end it will finish. So that, and after that closing this, you can go to QGIS again. So then again after that you could see that you could see the SCP here, and you would also see there will be no error messages right here, like remote your settings or remote your error code. Okay, so is it clear? Yes. Okay. So I think we'll finish by now. Okay. So Saurabh sir will be sending you the video. So first, before starting QGIS or before starting the hands-on session, you do the process which we have now mentioned, like remote your that piece of code, like pip install upgrade and remote your census, and that skit and torch libraries of Python packages. And after that you again restart the QGIS, and now and then you will see the SCP. Then also, if you are not seeing SCP, you just go to the plugins and make sure in the installed plugins it is switched on. Okay, and then you can work on as per the video. And if you find any errors, then also then we'll like work on that during the afternoon session. Okay, so I think that's fine. Saurabh sir, at what time we'll start again? By Hello. Yeah, I think
Hello?
we'll start. Sir. At
Yes.
what
You
time
you,
we'll
you
start?
said anything?
No. At what time we'll start in the afternoon?
No, now it will be like they have to do it, and we will be online. You can be at your place, I can be at your. If they're putting something on the group, then we can rectify it. Like
Okay.
there will not be a particular session for this now. They have to do it by themselves as per the recording. Recording anyway, I'll be uploading within half an hour.
Okay.
Hmm.
So actually, you can do it from now onwards.
Yes.
I think I'll be back by 1:45 because I have meeting. So by 1:45, I'll be available. Available before you to rectify it by one to one. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So okay. So he'll be sending you the video. You just start trying it, and if you find any errors, you can post it in the group, and I'll be rejoining by 1:45 so that
Excuse
I
me,
could
sir.
use the Teams, and we could use the Teams, and we will be sharing our screens to and fro, and so that we can rectify. Okay.
Okay. Okay, Anish. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
I'll upload the recording.
Yeah. Actually, someone is asking something.
Sir, may I ask a doubt?
Yeah. Sure.
Sir, like, just can you show the software, sir? The screen.
This one.
Yeah. So, sir, while merging the last one, the open land, you selected from 26 to 29.
Okay.
But 26 is of build up, right? The merged file of build up.
Uh,
So if that happens, can we
26
undo?
was of 26 was of built up.
Yeah. So when we select that also along with open land, how will the results be?
So it cannot be done because if it is in another class, it cannot be undo. Okay, so it will. What happens is like that open land reflectance will also be merging with the built up.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so then it will be an error. I have been noticed because I was in a hurry
It's
to.
okay.
Okay. So make sure you never do such a kind of a mistake. Okay. So
So it
I have.
cannot be undone, sir.
No, it cannot be unchecked. That's what I
Okay,
have
okay,
told
sir.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. For this question, area
Sir,
calculation.
hello.
Siddhesh, just a minute. For this, Ajay, for this area calculation, we have for tomorrow we will be having accuracy assessment. At that time, we will be going for area calculation also. No problem. Siddesh, yeah.
Sir, actually, I've run the code that you had shared.
Hmm.
Yeah, it says successfully installed file log. So,
Hmm.
what is the next step to do?
Uh, can you share a screenshot in the group?
Yes, sir, I'll share.
Yeah.
Sir,
Excuse me, sir.
I'm not able to add images in message in the
Okay.
chat.
Okay. Uh, so if it is successfully installed, if it shows a message like that, then you can close it and you can open QGIS.
Okay.
Okay. Why I have asked for a screenshot because I can also convey to all others that this will be there.
So, should I close it and like restart again the
Yes,
program?
yes. QGIS you should have to restart.
Okay.
Hello. Siddesh. Siddesh and Anish.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
I think this is the time we have to close it. Siddesh, this screenshot and all,
Yes,
na,
sir.
you can share on WhatsApp also. It will
Okay,
be
sir, I'll
easy
do that
there
because
instead
on
of doing
Teams,
that.
I'm not able to access the addition option.
Okay, then you whatever message it is popping up now, you take a screenshot and put it on the WhatsApp group.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
sir,
because
definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
we and Anish both are in different setting, so somehow we have to
Okay.
leave now. But we
Okay,
will
sir.
rectify
Okay.
for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank
Okay.
you.
I was telling about the sharing the screenshot in WhatsApp, not in this group.
Yes, I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can leave, Anish,
Yeah,
and then you
yeah.
can be back by 1:45 for 2. Yeah.
Once you are completely successful in installing this, you can restart QGIS. Make sure you restart it. Okay, then only the settings will be updated. You can restart it and then you can work on that. Okay. So
Okay,
rest
sir.
of the things we discuss over the WhatsApp. Oh, Siddesh, it's better if you could send the screenshot. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We'll come back by 1:45. Thank you.
Okay.